Kings of Going Second Dragon Edition are back. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. We made it to round 2 of this month's Zodiac tournament, sporting off the brand new ban list for the TCG and with the OCG card pool legal. So we're going to be seeing what full power Fire Kings actually bring to the table here, and they opened up relatively strong here. We have Arvada, Garunix, the Barong, Ash, and the Snake Eyes original Sinful Spoils here, and we've opened up Super Poly, Fedora, the Zongdora, the Trust, and the good old Droll and Lockbird here. So this is probably one of the strongest combinations of things you could do in our Going Second deck. Going to get the chance to get things going here. So we're going to go ahead and Sinful Spoils off the Arvada. Not exactly the greatest place that you want to be here, but out comes the little Ponix. The fact that they could have went into the other Snake Eyes and tried to combo up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and grab the Fire King Sanctuary off of this. They are really trying to get these sub cards blown out of their hand with the Sanctuary. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get Drolled. Alright, there's our cutoff point. They're going to go ahead and slam down Fire King Island off of the Sanctuary here. And now they're in an odd place here, because now that this Droll is resolved, I mean, you can extend out with the Garunix, you can pop the Barong to try to get some value on the next turn, but they're just going to go ahead and pass on the Ponix. Which, well, you know, yeah, you can't even get the pop on this. Because it has to add. Yeah, that was rough. So we get a nice little droplet here for turn. So how do we climb up here and start bullying up this field? Well, we go ahead and we drop down Fedora here. We're going to go ahead and special summon Zongandra here because, you know, we have our fire monster. All right, go ahead. And there's our free special summon. And now guess what? We are off to the races here. We're going to go ahead and swing on in with Zongdora here. This stupid little thing's going to get the ability to special summon a fire dragon. Alright, go ahead and trigger. Alright, up comes Bidora here. Alright, and on special or normal, we get the ability to go ahead and add that Kaiman from our deck. Alright, so we've got the full combo set. They're going to go ahead and deploy the Garunix here. Since our fire monster was destroyed by battle card effect, we definitely gonna need to get some value down here. So we deploy the bird. They're gonna go ahead and trigger the destruction. We're gonna go ahead and chain droplet here on that. Oh boy. Well, you know, it was nice knowing you, Garunix. So now we going down to a nice 1350 on our birdie. Now we're gonna go ahead and swing on in with Fedora here, and it is combo time. Alright, they take their little bit of damage, swing on in for 1700, and now it's quick effect ignition time. Synchro Shokan. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make the Biden to Dragion here to go ahead and get us our free revive. Alright, welcome back, friend. How are you, Fedora? Fedora is going to go ahead and revive up the value card of Zongdora, and we're going to start swinging on in for game. Swing on in for 15. And then 26. Oh no, they have 350 left. Let's go ahead and ignition one of these. Yep, go ahead and ignition for the Synchro Summon so we can keep climbing on up. And there is the Transcend Dragion Songdan Super Dragon. And yeah, it is the end of the line there. Yep, our opponent's gonna hit that concede button because there ain't nothing that they could do. That Droll and Lockbird, by the way. See, this is why I like this deck. Alright, you need one card. Stop your opponent, get the game back to your turn. OTK. Alright, like, they do not beat this most of the time unless they have something. I mean, Fire King's here. I mean, Droll really screwed that deck over. Like, good stuff, I suppose. Alright, so, they boarded in Ogre for this matchup. Interesting. I do suppose that, like, if you do Ogre the Field spell, that does cut them off from the search lines, which helps out massively trying to get the game to your turn. You also know this build is testing out a Sky Striker package. When we do show the deck here at the end, you're going to see more of a more modern era streamed build for Pawn of Desires and things like that as well. So kind of keep that in mind. But this hand is the nuts for what you want to see here. Oh, yes, the Ash, the Sinful Spoils. And now I can't believe they drew Sinful Spoils with Sinful Spoils. They're going to end on the Arvada and the Seeker. Well, double hand trap, I suppose that's fine. Alright, so main phase 1, time to go ahead and do the Feather Duster. Sure, they chain, they get their Witch. Sure, that's fine, don't really care. We're going to go ahead and slam down the Brimming Sanganmanar here to go ahead and attempt to add. Alright, they're going to go ahead and ogre that. Good place to ogre, by the way. But now the Talents is live, which is another problem here in and itself. Like, interesting. Alright, and now we can go ahead and drop down Zongdora. Technically, we could have dropped down this Econ. Highly would have been able to do that, but that's fine. We're just going to go ahead and start toggling on up. Up comes the Bidora here. And now, Bidora trigger. Go ahead and grab Kaiman. Alright, and we did lose our dragon here, unfortunately, but that's fine. Alright, Kaiman's going to go ahead and bring up our friend here. Our friend Fedora is going to go ahead and bring up our level 4. And now, we have a free little race. Alright, go ahead and Synchro Summon on in to Biden to Dragion here. Alright, get our free revive on the stack. Swing on over this. Hello, Arvagata. Now, before you're like, oh, why did this not trigger? You see a fire monster in the graveyard that they can do anything with here? They got nothing, alright? And it's just free real estate for this deck. Start slamming on in. Poke, alright? Alright, swing in, 16. Initiate Synchro Shokan, and there is 3,000. Alright, and we trigger on up for the revive of the Biden Dragon. This deck is actually so stupid. Like, oh, hey, look, you're open? You just have to climb over the little monsters that your opponent left on the field, and you're able just to play the game. It's so stupid. Let's pass on over to the deck list, shall we? Alright, so this is the list that we are seeing being tested and progressively evolving along the way for going second dragons. And yes, you are maximizing on 3 of each of these. Before you're like, are you really sure that you do need to have, 3 of each of these? I do think you do. I think that the value that you are getting with these dragons is actually pretty insane, and you just really need one of these or the spell card here to kind of go ahead and start getting what you need in terms of value here. Now, also, your field spell is your Searcher. The fact that they gave this deck so much gas in order to kind of go about things is really good. Now, you are also a going second deck. You are trying to get as much value as you can out of your going second plays, and having Droplet is here to ensure that you can do just that. Board breaking your opponent so you can go ahead and attempt to end the game. And now, obviously, something like Dark Roller No More is not going to help you here because you need to be able to do damage. Alright, the thing with this is you're swinging up your numbers via attacks, so you can start toggling up into the bigger guys here, and at the end, you could toggle into a Trident Dragion if you need the absolute boost to slam, like 9,000, or you really 18,000 realistically, depending on a field spell situation here, because feeding your Trident Dragion to 6k to clear off a field is pretty strong. Also, you have a lot of utility options down here for things that you can side deck. Also, for the fact that, Pot of Prosperity, also half battle damage. Doesn't really matter when you have a attack modifier on a field spell to help you along with your day. So, a lot to consider with this build. I think that if you want something explosive and the chance to kind of mess around with some crazier ideas, I think you can actually do things. Also, keep in mind that this says Fire Dragon monsters you control unaffected by your opponent's activated effects during your main phase 1. This is a Fire Dragon monster, by the way. This is one of the cheesiest things that you can do with the deck, and it does actually come up. Believe it or not, you can steal a game from your opponent because of this card with the field spell. More you know. So what do you guys think about the power of dragons? Please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace. Patrons! Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.